Hey y'all, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. I need a minute. I haven't danced like that since I was a cheerleader in college. So, anywho, now that I'm refreshed and ready to go, I am bringing you the Plastic Hearts book tag by Joe from Joy Annotations. And I am super excited to do this because little did she know when she tagged me for this, I'm a big Miley Cyrus fan. You know, we've had our moments. It's been a love-hate relationship. That's fine. Everybody goes through it. But she just, her music really speaks to me. Her whole career just shows her blossoming into this person, this amazing person, into her own. And she's really discovered who she is and who she wants to be. The little dancing bit that you just saw is actually me vibing out to the Plastic Hearts song, because that's probably my favorite. If not that one, then it's What the Fuck Do I Know? Yeah, I'd probably have to say that. There's another one on there that I'm like, oh, that's my jam. Like, I be cooking dinner, I'm like, oh yeah, get it. Okay, sorry. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the tag. The first one is What the Fuck Do I Know? A fierce character who doesn't settle for less. Now this was super easy for me to figure out because I just read it, but I'm going with Jemisin from the 5th season. She is a mother who is on this trip, on this path of revenge, seeking revenge on behalf of her infant son, who her husband brutally murdered. There's a little bit more to it, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. So you just follow her throughout this whole thing of her trying to find her daughter, whom her husband stole away, and she has no idea where she's at. There's obstacles along this adventure. There's moments where you think, oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that, but she did that for the sake of her children. And that really resonates with me because, of course, I'll do anything for my child, without a doubt. The next question is Plastic Hearts, California Dreaming Sunshine. The way I interpreted it was a book that really made me feel good after reading. Like, it was a very soft and comfy read. I just think of sunshine, and when I think of sunshine, I think of any of the books in the Tea Dragon Society. Don't get me wrong, there are some heavy points in there that are addressed, and there is so much representation that is just so beautifully done. The pictures and the art and the style of the writing all together is just something that's just so, I envision myself in a field laying down and the sun shining upon me. I feel the warmth and the love and the care, and that's just gets me. It gets me. I'm not a softie, if you're wondering. I just realized I didn't put any of the authors in this, so I will link every book that I mentioned down below in the description box. Angels Like You, a book that brought you down to your knees. Now, I gave this book a 3-star rating, but I still believe it really hit me hard, and that is After the Fall. It is basically about this girl, and she's kind of in this like love triangle, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, and something tragic really happens that was unexpected, and it's so hard hitting. I wouldn't say I didn't cry necessarily, but like I had a moment where I had to go watch some cartoons and eat some snacks and really do some self-care. Prisoner, an epic duo in a book, basically. I went with The Chain by Adrian McKinty, and I picked Pete and Rachel. Pete is the brother-in-law, Rachel is the main character, and she is divorced. A little bit about The Chain is she gets this call and someone's abducted her daughter. She goes on this whole thing of trying to get back her daughter, but also playing by the rules of the society that captured her daughter. And you just see a really just great teamwork coming together with Pete. He's an ex-Marine, and he brings a lot of stuff to the table that helps Rachel out. Gimme What I Want, a romantic guilty pleasure. I mean, nobody's going to be surprised, but any of the Brown Sister novels by Talia Hibbert. You know, as far as genres go, I really kind of dabble a lot, but I have to say Talia Hibbert has brought me more into the romance genre. The whole series is basically about each of these Brown sisters. There's about 3 Brown sisters: Chloe, Danny, and Eve. Each and every book is about their journey in love. Just there's such good representation here. Night Crawling, Sky Falling, a dystopian. One of my favorite books is The Girl with All the Gifts. I read this a few years back, but it is still something that is permanently in my head for the rest of my life. It has zombie vibes, it's a dystopian, it's this story about a girl who is in this class and she is trying to just really figure out herself. It's got a lot of twists that you wouldn't expect. Midnight Sky, On the Road, a Runaway. For this one I chose Where'd You Go, Bernadette? My fave. It's about this woman who is a stay-at-home mom. She lives in the suburbs. She's really having a hard time conforming to the stay-at-home lifestyle. You know, this was something that she wasn't exactly, I wouldn't say she wasn't prepared for, but it's just her personality doesn't really fit with the typical stay-at-home soccer mom kind of vibe. At the end, she ends up deciding to run away, which that's not a spoiler. Thinks that she doesn't have this good connection with her daughter, but her daughter is the one that really pursues trying to find her mother and trying to reconnect with her mother because she loves her so much. Hi, a book that kept you up all night. There for a little while, I was really into just, it's nonfiction, but it's also kind of folklore. I'm not really sure how to categorize it, and maybe it's not meant to be categorized. Our Family Trouble, the story of the Bell Witch of Tennessee. I was watching Ghost Hunters at my mother's house, and they were talking about the Bell Witch, and they were going through and going to the different places that were haunted in this city or village, town in Tennessee. For some reason I was like, I've got to know more about that. The movie The Blair Witch Project was based off of the Bell Witch. I couldn't put it down. We're going through this, and it's giving very detailed things and context of the area and the settlers there and the indigenous people there. It kind of just wraps around the folklore, the tale of the Bell Witch. Hate Me, a book that brought you to tears. The Secret Life of Bees. It got me right in the heart. It got me in the feels. The Secret Life of Bees is about this young girl who runs away from her town because she's just in a really bad situation family-wise, and it's not a healthy environment for her. So she ends up running away, and she finds this family, these sisters, who kind of run a bee habitat of sorts. They have bees, okay? They have bees. They get the honey and stuff like that. She goes to visit these women. She learns a lot more about it. It's these black women who have gone through their own trauma and their own past, and the young girl is really just able to connect with them and to really grow and love them and their family. It's a beautiful story. It'll make you cry. I actually did cry in this one. It's time for a reread. I don't know if I want to put myself through that, but it is at the top of my list when it comes to amazing books. Bad Karma, a book that is legendary. Pride and Prejudice. Do I even have to explain that? It's one of the first books that got me back into reading. Now, I've always been an avid reader throughout all of my life. I've enjoyed reading. It's always brought peace and comfort for myself. But when I just have this faint memory of being at my grandparents' house out on the farm. I was looking at my grandmother's Kindle and I saw that she had Pride and Prejudice on there. I snatched it up and I read that thing within a matter of days. It was like 2 days tops. Never Be Me, a character who plays with fire. I have to pick Sharzad from The Wrath and the Dawn. I mean, she knows going in that this is a dangerous thing, that she's probably going to end up dying anyways. Her passion and her feelings and what is driving her to avenge her best friend is just, she a badass. That's all I gotta say. Last but not least is the Golden G-String. That's right, you heard me correctly. The Golden G-String. Coming of age story. I had a little bit of a hard time with this just because my reading tastes are everywhere and I really can't categorize what I've read sometimes, and that's why I have Goodreads, unfortunately. When I really thought about it, I really liked the story of Where the Crawdads Sing, because you get to see the main character from a young age losing both of her parents and being fearful of her father before he finally just left. And you just see her go through this trauma while also being named basically the Swamp Girl. Like, she's just this legend. To correct myself, she's labeled as the Marsh Girl, not the Swamp Girl. I don't know where I came up with that. And her name is Kaya, and she's just this really wild, barefoot girl going through it, and just this beautiful story of her growing up and experiencing things in certain ways that we typically wouldn't experience. That is it for the Plastic Hearts tag. I guess this is the part where I tag people, so it's gonna be really random, but here you go. The first person I'm going to tag is Jemisin from Bounded and Bookmarked. I was looking through Twitter and I saw she was looking for a really fun tag. I was like, you know what, Jemisin, you need to do this, so consider yourself tagged. Another person that I'm going to tag is, you know what, I don't know, because it's been a minute since I've been on here. But if you're looking for a really fun tag to do and something that is, it's just so fun. Like, it's just so much fun doing this tag. I had such a blast doing this. But whoever you are, consider yourself tagged. I will talk to you guys later. See you later. Bye.